I'm Josh Anderson with the Data Project at Easterseals Crossroads. And today we're joined by Jim Rinehart, AT Specialist from our Vision and Sensory Clinical team, and he's here to show us how to make titles and headings with JAWS.
Hello, my name's Jim Rinehart. I'm an Assistive Technology Specialist here at Easterseals Crossroads. Today's tech tip, I'm going to show you how to create titles and headings within a Word document. Now, the headings in particular will be important because with a screen reader, you'll be able to actually create something like an index to be able to move throughout the document easily and prevent you from having to just scroll through the document. So here's how it works. I have a Word document created and I have some text at the top that's going to be my title, and then I have a few places throughout the document I'm going to create headings. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to do Control Home to make sure that my cursor is at the top of the file.
Top of file, Word creating headings in your document.
Okay, I'm going to make this the title of my document. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to do Control Shift down arrow to select that line.
Word creating headings in your document, period, selected.
Okay, now to create a title here, I'm going to press the keystroke combination Alt-H.
Upper ribbon, expanded, ribbon, home tab, 2 of 12, L, styles,
and then L for styles.
Selected, 1 of 16, navigate with left and right, up and down arrow keys.
Now, I can navigate with the arrow keys, and I'm going to go...
Title button, 5 of 16.
Okay, I'm going to go down and find tile, and as you get more confidence with this and more experience with this, you'll start to know where the different styles are. So in this case, I'm going to pick title, and I'm going to press enter.
Enter, ribbon, sample how to creating headings in your Word document, -Word, edit.
Okay, and that makes that a title. It's bigger, it's bolder, it's very pleasing for your visual users, and just looks very professional. So now I'm going to press any arrow key to unselect that text.
Blank. Word creating heading on your document.
Okay, so this is going to be my first heading. And again, I'm going to select that line. So I'm going to use Control Shift down arrow to select all that line.
Word creating heading on your document, period, selected.
And this time again, I'm going to go Alt-H.
Upper ribbon, expanded.
And
ribbon,
L again.
L, styles, normal button selected, 1 of 16. Navigate with left and right, up and down arrow keys.
Okay, and now I'm going to go to the right.
No spacing button, heading 1 button, 3 of 16.
Okay, heading 1 button. Okay, that's the one I use most of the time. Again, there are other headings in there that you could, there's a heading 2 that you can use as well. But I'm going to use heading 1. I'm going to press enter.
Enter, ribbon, sample how to creating headings in your Word document, -Word, edit. Blank, heading level 1, Word creating heading on
And
your
when I
document.
arrow back to it, it tells me it's a heading. So now I'm going to go
Blank.
down a little further.
Starting 1, 2, 1, 3, blank, to move to a heading.
Okay, to move to a heading, again, this is regular text. So what I'm going to do again is I'm going to create another heading right here. So again, Control Shift down arrow.
Blank, selected. Home T. To move to a heading, selected.
And then again, Alt-H.
Upper ribbon, expanded. Ribbon,
L.
styles, normal, no space, heading 1 button, 3 of 16. Enter, ribbon, sample how to creating headings in your Word document,
Okay,
-Word, edit.
so now that's selected and created as a heading.
Blank. Starting 1, 2, 3, 4, blank, creating a title.
Okay, and now I have this creating a title. I'm going to create a heading. So I'm going to create that again. Control Shift down arrow to select.
Creating a title, selected.
Okay,
Upper
Alt-H.
ribbon, expand L, styles, normal button,
again,
no space, heading
heading
1
1.
button, 3 of 16. Enter, ribbon, sample how to create it, starting with 1, 2, 3, blank.
Okay,
blank.
so now I've reached the end of the file. Now, of course, I would want to save my work here as well. But here's how you can tell. If I go to the top of the file.
Top of file, Word creating headings in your document.
And in JAWS or Narrator, I press the Insert F6 key.
JAWS Professional, heading list dialog, headings list view, Word creating heading on your document, :1, 1 of 3, to move to items use the arrow keys.
And then this will allow me to either arrow up and down or first letter navigate to
move to the heading :1, 2 of 3.
To any of the headings I just created. So once I find the heading I want to go to, I press enter.
Enter heading level 1 to move to the heading edit.
And that moves the cursor down to that heading. At which point then I can start reading from there.
Blank. Starting with having the document open. 1. Press Insert plus F6 to open the headings list. And 2. Use the up or down arrows of first letter navigate to find the heading you want. 3. Press Enter. 4. Use normal reading tools to start reading from there.
So that allows you to move around in your document without having to like start at the top and scroll all the way through. That should be a great time saver for anybody who's trying to search through a document and how to navigate more efficiently. So there it is. That's how to create a title and how to create headings. The tools as far as being able to go to the menu and jump to section to section, it does work with JAWS and works with Narrator, not so much with NVDA, but if you are using NVDA, you can set up the headings and stuff this way, and then maybe use Narrator to jump around in there if you need to. There you go. Give it a try. Hope you like it. Thank you so much today for taking time to view the video, and have a fantastic day.
Well, that's your tech tip for today. I want to say thank you to the Indiana Telephone Relay Access Corporation for sponsoring our captions today. My name is Brian Norton with the InData Project at Easterseals Crossroads in Indiana.